everybody. So, FlipEars. Let's talk about FlipEars. I think 6 or 7 months ago I did a review on the Arthur Argentum. I loved it. It's a beautiful IEM. That silver plating with the awesome design on it. The awesome Andrew from Music Tech had sent that over for me to review it, and I sent it back to him. Really thank you, Andrew, for doing that. So it was a really great IEM, and I've always had FlipEars in my head because I was like, man, they've got some other IEMs I'd like to check out. So Make It Wayne, you know, my best bro, he and I are going to start a show soon called the Audio Rush Hour. And one of the first people we're going to interview is Ari Sales, who is the founder and originator of the Great FlipEars company, right? So also, our Discord for Audio Rush Hour, I will put a link down below. Make sure you join it. But back to FlipEars. So, in talking to Aries and getting ready for the interview that we're going to have next couple of weeks, in about a month, he goes, hey, we've got a new IM. I'd like you guys to check out, see how it is, if you like it, whatever. And we're like, for sure, Aries, because again, the Arthur Argentum was really awesome. So last week we got a package, and I have an IM that I've been waiting for a long time. Reason being is I've always felt like IEM companies have been very careful on keeping their, how should I say this, IEMs in the price bracket, and you don't get really much more. Even though I feel like Awful has been doing a great job, especially with the P5 plus 2, it's $200, but I feel like it sounds just as good as a lot of $300, $400, $500 IEMs. You wouldn't be dissatisfied with it. Same thing with Awful Cantor. I feel like at $800, it goes up into the $1,000 range, the low $1,000 range, with how well it plays, how well it just does some music. So back to FlipEars, because I got in my hands their newest IEM, which is called the Legion. And finally, it's done something that I've been waiting for an IM to do for a long time. There have been a few people that have already listened to this, and the first question we'll sit there and ask is, so how much do you think this IM is going to cost? It's gone from $1,700 to $2,000 to $3,000. But that's the brilliant thing. It is tuned so beautifully that it is $800 IM, but it gives you all the awesomeness of a total IM in the price range of $1,500 to $2,500. And that's remarkable to me. So today we're going to review the new FlipEars Legion. One other thing I want to say though, I will be in New York this weekend, and if you're coming to Can Jam, please come up and talk to me. Aries is going to be there. They're going to have their booth. If their booth is too busy, especially when people start hearing about how good the Legion is and how good it sounds, if you see me, come and talk to me because I'll have my Legion and you can come and listen to it. So without further ado, let's get to the FlipEars Legion review. Because this is a review unit, unfortunately, there's no unboxing, but that's okay. But one thing I want you to realize, or want you to see, is how absolutely beautiful the Legion's faceplate is. Like, it is a spectacular, beautiful faceplate. It comes with one DD. It comes with bone conducting driver, and it also has an electrostatic driver. So that's the makeup, and so it's got some really cool tech in it. So those are kind of like the deets on it. When it comes to fit and finish, I can only basically really show you the IM in a sense because the cable will probably be different with it. In fact, I think this is the same cable that came with the Argentum. And it was a very nice silver cable, as you can see. But when it comes to comfort, very comfortable IM. I would say they're a medium-sized IM. The cable is nice. No microphonics, but we're not going to talk about the cable because this might not be the one that comes with it. But when it comes to fit and finish and just how beautiful that faceplate is, it's really good. How does this IM sound, and how is it able to do what it does? Well, I just think that's down to tuning. I haven't been this excited about an IM in a long time. And I I think you know kind of like my sound profile now, where I like a nice bassy sound. I like clear mids, but I like a little bit of warmth to them, and I want some sparkle in my treble. So this bad boy and its bass, not only does it have really good sub bass, but it also has really good mid bass. And the bass in itself is very textured, very strong, very controlled. Like it's just awesome, awesome bass. Like almost bass head level bass, but it's so well done that it almost kind of tricks you sometimes where you think it's bass head, but it's not bass head because you can listen to a wide variety of music. It's one of those basses that can pull back and not be too boomy, especially if you're listening to something like acoustic or guitar, things like that. And the bass is the foundation that sounds better than any bass that I've heard below $1,000. Like it's really some of the best bass I've heard in IEM, which is spectacular, especially with the 800 plus price point. So that's really, really good. That's where it starts out. Then you get to these mids, and it's like going back to the Artha. The amazing thing about the Artha were the mids because I love listening to classical, jazz, voices, everything with the Artha because the way the instruments sounded, they sounded true, they sounded real, voices sounded so lovely, and with the Legion, it's all that and some because it's just on the warmer side of neutral, but it's so revealing for its price. It reveals for much more. The separation is there, beautiful separation. And when you throw anything at it, when it comes to vocals, male and female vocals, ugh, such a great vocal performance. Instruments, oof, instruments sound really good. There's nice weight to them. Again, separation's great. The staging of everything is just really, really nice. It's a big stage when the music calls for it, and it's just awesome. Like there's depth there, which is very important. It's not that flat. Sometimes you get with IMs, especially ones below that price point. But with this, this is the thing. Like I feel like with the bass and the mids, you're getting that total sound, something that you rarely get in something below $1,000. Like that in-game sound that makes the total IMs, the ones at 2, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, up to 9,000, sound hit different and sound different than the ones that you're going to find at lower prices. So when it comes to the bass and the mids, it's just a spectacular listen. And the soundstage in itself is going to give you something that's a much higher price. The treble's very good. I'm treble sensitive, but it's with that E set in there, it just kind of takes it from being too bassy and mids to leveling the sound out, where it's just this nice bassy sparkly sound with beautiful mids that aren't too forward, but they're there. They sound spectacular. They sound great. And it just gives you that overall experience of something that costs a lot more, which is so fun to find. Like you'll find them, like I mentioned some other ones, but when it comes to the Legion, being able to get that amazing sound, they're tuned so well that you get this amazing high-end sound and something that's not priced at high-end is something rare, and I wish more companies would do. So kudos to FlipEars for making a product that sounds a lot more expensive than it costs. So, is the FlipEars Legion a buy? Man, if you were looking for now, I would say the best bang for the buck. Now, look, $800 is still a lot of money. But if you're looking for the end all be all, I'm done, I want to walk away, I want something that's spectacular, but I don't want to break the bank. I want spectacular bass, and I want the total bass range covered with the mids and the sub bass, and I want them both to sound good. And I want mids that have lovely voices, but I can also listen to a piano concerto and get lost in it. And if they're able to record it in a huge concert hall, then I feel like I'm sitting in it. You get that. And I want some sparkly treble that's not too harsh and not too in my face, but again is also revealing and allows me to enjoy my piano and my violin and cymbals. Then yes, the FlipEar would be a perfect perfect IEM for you because, again, bang for the buck, I think this is the best bang for the buck out there in IEMs. If you got any questions, comments, leave them, and I will talk to you next time.